when I was in high school, I lived in Houston. All right, where I lived, there were Hispanics. My neighbors was some sort of mix. It was two sons. They were about my age. It was Lee and Marvin, and their parents were from Trinidad. They were like Chinese, black, Hispanic. They were all kinds of races mixed together. One of them looked real Chinese, and his ears were poked out, and he was a lot darker than the other one. And then the younger one that was my age, the other one was one year older than him. They weren't twins; they were just brothers. And they lived next door to me on the corner. There was no other white people in our neighborhood at all. There was none. And around sixth grade, middle school, or whatever, we started fighting with the Hispanics. And I was on the black people's side because I didn't like the Hispanics at the time, and I got over it. And we would all fight, like beat the shit out of each other with sticks and our fists and whatever the hell we had. We'd throw rocks and bust each other upside the head. We would just go to these wars and just beat the shit out of each other, and it never went too bad. Nobody ever had to really go to the hospital. Of course, they got fucked up and shit. But that neighborhood ended up being, everybody in that neighborhood ended up being really cool, really fucking cool. And one time there was somewhere in the front of the neighborhood, this blonde white girl moved in, and I worked up the courage because I'm like, well, fuck, it's a white person. Went up to the fucking door. I don't know how long it took. It probably took a while. Went to the door, knocked on the door, and this kid answers the door. This little mixed child. And then I was like, never mind. And I just did, sorry, I got the wrong house. I'm sorry. And I left, and I'm like, great. It's wonderful. Back then I didn't like it. It made my stomach turn. And then I used to wonder, like, why you're not racist? What is it? I think people have, probably men, they have that preservation of their own race inside of their instincts. You instinctually want to preserve your own race. You want to keep it on. It doesn't make you the Klan. It doesn't make you a fucking SS fucking Nazi. But you do want to preserve your own traits to some degree. So you feel that, and it twists your stomach. So I was always wondering about that. Like, why would it even matter? It doesn't seem to matter, but at the time it did. And then there was this, shut the fuck up. See what they do? They send me all these messages all day long. Dumbass messages that you can't even reply to. One time there was this little white boy riding on the bike, and he was riding real fast. And I was like trying to flag him down. I was like, hey, I was sitting in my front yard. I was like, hey. He's like, I know, it's just us. I know, it's just us. And he just kept on going. I was like, how did he know? How did he know that's what I was going to tell him? So we were the only white people in the neighborhood. Have you been with black people? Yes, I have. I've been with black women before. I sure as hell have. It doesn't seem to stop you. So I don't know. People that are really racist are different. They got a lot of hatred. But there's going to be a natural desire for you to want to have your own fucking traits. So don't feel like you're racist or some shit like that if you're not. You know that you're not. But you're going to have an instinct to want to have your genes and your fucking race preserved. We wouldn't have all these different races if that weren't the case. Are we supposed to all be blended into like a light brown fucking uniformed one language world? Probably in a long time. But there's a lot of differences and reasons why people have different fucking races and shit. There's different reasons for it. you know. So you have to just survive on the earth in different places. You're gonna have different fucking characteristics. Some people got to live in the fucking snow. Take somebody that's dark and put them in the snow. They're not gonna do so good. Put somebody's white fucking pasty ass in this fucking hot sun. They're gonna burn the fuck up. So, just in case y'all didn't know, but most people don't really have. They're trying to make America like we're in some fucking race war or some shit, and that's just not the case, because most people actually get along pretty well. They're pretty aware of their shit, except in the case where you have just ignorant people. And it seems to be with the leftists, there's a lot of people that don't really know white people, because now white people are being demonized and made out to be the villain. I don't know what sort of privilege and shit they actually think that we have. You grow your hair long and you're a guy, you're going to have just as much problems as somebody that, when they get pulled over as somebody is a black person, they're going to fuck with you because you've got long hair. They do that to you. They yanked my hair when I was in jail and did all kinds of dumbass shit. The police did. Because they're assholes. They're assholes. They're assholes to everybody. They don't pick anybody to be nice to. They're dickheads. That's just food for thought. Because a lot of people act like, I don't know, like that guy that's singing the song about you're not going to do it in this town. No, because you're not going to have a bunch of people come and fucking burn down your town. All these people that are doing those riots and shit, when they did all that, they burned down the little businesses. So if they're attacking capitalism, they sure as fuck aren't doing the major fucking capitalists. They're not doing Apple and Google. They're doing like little ma and pa businesses that are just barely trying to make it. So you're going to burn those people out and tear up your own towns. It's just stupid. So the guy singing the song about that, I don't like country music. I don't fucking like that shit, but the song's got a point to it. So now everybody's getting pissed off and talking shit because they want you just to submit. We're just going to come through and tear shit up, and people ain't going to have it. People aren't going to have that. Not in small towns, and not in the South. We're going to shoot your ass, whoever you are. You could be white, black, Chinese, doesn't make a fuck. You start going to tear our shit up, we're going to bust a cap in your ass. That's just the way it is, and that's the way it ought to be in America mostly. But people that want to give away the guns and shit, they don't realize that. Like, look at China. China puts a third of all the fucking pollution out, but they're already in communist command and control of their people, so they don't have to do that. The whole reason why they're having those laws and stuff here is to get us to where we're like communists, and a lot of people are falling for it. I don't know why they don't know their history and don't see. As soon as you give away your guns, fuck, you're out of there. There's nothing else you can do. But while you can bust a cap in somebody's ass, you still got a little bit of leverage. And that's what's the great thing about America. Because we'll bust a cap in your ass!